1, 2, 3, clap. Seemed like a bit of a delay on that one for you.
No, on time for me.
No? Okay. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast, over there in Scotland. Tying to Tam-Tapitu, that's Brogan Hastings.
And over there having his weekly stroke, it's Wayne Giovinazzi.
That's correct, and you're talking about the brain type,
Yes.
not Chris's favourite of my comic type.
Are you okay, bud?
I am, yeah, but only Chris will get that joke.
Yeah. That is
I
a
think.
joke for one person.
Yeah, and the guy turns around in his chair, and it's a kitty. That's a comment. What I was trying to say, over there in Scotland, trying to time travel by watching a movie that is now considered old or something like that.
Jeez.
That is Brogan Hastings.
Fuck, it is old, isn't it? I don't know. It's
Do you know when it
13
came
years
out?
old.
Oof, you were 13, or it
was 13.
or both. 13 years ago, you were 15, 17.
17. Was I said? What the fuck? I feel like I was
younger.
younger.
Did I math correct?
I feel like I was.
Maybe.
You're right, but I feel like I was younger.
Cool. What movie are we talking about?
We're talking about Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, is it John Cusack?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's John Cusack, Craig Robinson, other guy, kid from the middle was in it.
What?
Who else is in it?
The kid from the...
I think that's like there's like during the snow, like the ski club or whatever.
Uh-huh.
He was like he wasn't the arsehole kid. He was the alright kid. I'm pretty sure he's in it because I remember being like, hey, that kid's from the middle.
I don't know. I know that
The eldest child.
Rob Corddry, who is in so many things, and every time I see him, I'm like, oh, it's you. And I always forget.
Who was he?
He was Lou. He was the drunk one. The
bald guy.
The proper screw up.
Yeah. The one who the movie was really about, I guess?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's actually an okay
Christopher
movie.
Walken. No, wait. Christopher Walken wasn't in it. He was in Click.
Yes, Christopher Walken was in Click.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I was flicking through Disney Plus, and that came up. I was like, why this is on Disney Plus, I don't know. But there's a lot of weird shit on there that I'm like, I don't know. This is not Disney, but...
Well, Disney Plus has Stars as well, which has a lot of extra content.
Stars, they've got a couple of channels on there.
Yeah.
But still, sometimes...
Maybe it fell under the National Geographic banner.
It wouldn't surprise me. They're a bunch of fucking animals. But yeah, I was looking through, it came up on the, suggested for comedy movies, and I was like, going through, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen that for ages. And then I could not get it out of my brain for 3 full days. I was just, like, obsessed.
After you'd watched it?
I hadn't watched it. Like... No, just, I saw the poster, I thought, I haven't seen that in ages. And then my brain went, let's see how much we can remember without actually watching the film. It's like...
What about Hot Tub Time Machine 2? Did you ever see that?
I didn't know. I know I read the Wikipedia for it because I didn't hear good things, but I'm like, I want to know what happens.
Yep. I've only seen Hot Tub Time Machine once, and I think I saw it at the cinemas.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I seen it at the cinema as well with Mitchell, which is strange to me for that age, because Mitchell would have been 14.
Yeah, how old? Okay. Yeah, it's not like it was an R-rated movie or anything.
No, I don't even just mean age. I just mean like we used to go to the cinema when we were younger, but I don't know, when I was maybe like 13 or something, I would take Mitchell and we'd go like Pirates of the Caribbean. I know was the third one. I know because it had a fucking break in it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
What? The movie had an intermission?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
No. No. That doesn't make any sense.
I did. I know. I was like, what? I'm sorry. What? What?
Which one is the one? Which is the third one? Is that the one with Davy Jones?
Davy Jones is in it, but I don't think it's like the first time he shows up. I think it's the second.
Okay. Weird.
Yeah. At World's End, I'm sure it's the third one.
Mm.
But yeah, there was a whole ass break in there, like just before the Council of the Pirate Kings or whatever it was. I just remember being I remember being very, very confused.
Yeah, I don't like. I'd never seen Pirates of the Caribbean 1. I think I saw the one with Davy Jones.
Dead Man's
And
Chest.
that's it.
Not Dead Man's...
Yeah. When I say Davy Jones, I'm clearly not talking about the guy from the Monkees.
Yes.
I'm also not talking about David Jones, aka David Bowie. I'm talking about the Under the Sea King, and I don't mean Triton.
Yeah, Dead Man's Chest was the second one. Which was a good one, because do you remember who played Davy Jones?
Not Ted Danson.
Not Ted Danson.
Yep. Who was it?
Bill Nye.
Oh, yes, yeah, Bill Nye. Yeah, yep. Not to be confused with Bill Nye, the science guy.
Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill.
Also,
Bill. Yes.
Not to be confused for my dad. He's not my dad.
I don't get
Shaun
that.
of the Dead?
Oh, Philip.
Yeah.
Oh, and Philip really did love him.
Yeah,
Aww,
that's right.
sad times.
Spoilers. No, we've talked about seeing Shaun of the Dead at the theatre before, because my mother took me to see that. But no, when I remember when we went to go see the Pirates of the Caribbean, there was a big poster for it as well, like one of those big cardboard cutout things, and it had Davy Jones. And my younger brother Ryan, because he's got all like the tentacle face and everything, my brother Brian points to the poster and just says some weird comment like, "That guy knows how to please a woman." And I'm like, what? And then we realised there was a guy standing in front of the cardboard cutout, looked at us weirdly and just walked away because he thought that Ryan was talking about him.
Whoops.
Yeah.
It was a good compliment. I mean, like...
Yeah, I guess. I mean, maybe he's not into women. Yeah, you don't know.
Could well be.
Yeah.
That's my gift
right.
and my curse. I know how to please a woman, but I am a solidly gay man.
Yeah, I know how, but we'll never put it into use.
Yes.
That's valid point. Valid point. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we don't. That's not our typical kind of content that we talk about on Hey Buddy Nice podcast. No. But I could make a man very happy. Who knows? It's possible. I'm talking to you, Pedro.
I mean, you say that, but I did see a picture of Danny Davis the other day and thought, yep, I would marry him.
Yeah, there you go. Yes.
Oh, that was no fun. It was a TikTok.
Marry.
Yes, marry him.
Marry.
I would marry him. It was a TikTok from the official Nanny channel that said that had that sound. It's like, I am on my way to see my husband, and it was just a Niles compilation. Yeah, and I'm like, the Nanny channel gets me.
Yeah, but yeah, movies. So I'm pretty sure I saw Hot Tub Time Machine with Shannon. If not, it was with Ryan. I can't remember. But if it was with Shannon, the movie that I saw prior to that with him, I think it would have been prior. Maybe it was after. My timeline is all messed up. But it was Iron Man 2.
Wow.
And up until like last year, it was like the only Marvel movie I had seen.
Not the best Iron Man film.
No, not the best film in general. But it wasn't terrible. I didn't hate it.
Do you know what's still better than a lot of Marvel movies? I'll say that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But, I mean, now I've seen Iron Man 1 as well. So
Iron Man 1 is good. That's all right. That's a solid movie on its own. So, Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Yep. But movies, so it was Hot Tub Time Machine was on Disney Plus.
Yeah, and I just wanted to watch it. My brain just decided we're going to think about this until we watch it, and I watched it.
I find it very hard to want to watch movies I've seen before, unless it's like a movie I've seen a bazillion times. Like I don't think I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember Hot Tub Time Machine. It was all right. I could watch that again 13 years later.
Even with a year gap of like 13 years, you wouldn't like think, I don't know.
Like, I have so many DVDs, had so many DVDs that I purchased of movies that I'd seen before and never watched. Because I'd seen them. It's like, it's there when I want to watch it, and then it just never occurred.
I do tend to watch, as we know, I rewatch things to the fucking death. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's it's been a while since I've really watched a movie outside of like, I think the last movie I've seen before that was maybe John Wick 4, which was in Vegas, you know. But
I mean, the last movie I saw actually watched, not at the just in general, was Super Mario Brothers movie, and I'm ready to watch that again already. So that's probably a movie that I could watch lots of times.
Yeah.
And then before that was The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pedro and Nick Cage.
And Nicholas, yeah. But I don't think I would be watching it again anytime soon, even though it's a really good movie.
Yeah. That one I could see. I'm with you on that one. I probably won't watch it anytime soon. But a year or two, I might stick it back on. You know, usually about a year or something, if I'm not 100% sure, if I'm not 100% on board. But do I think I'll watch Hot Tub Time Machine again anytime soon? Probably not. But because it's now out of my system. I've watched it. It's fine. Unless there's no particular scenes in it that I'm like, that was really funny, I want to watch that again. I don't know. It's once you get past all the stupid fucking humour, it's kind of a sweet movie. It's a good premise.
It's definitely. And you know what? I think they did it better than The World's End. With the sort of direction that it was going. You know, The World's End, yeah.
It's been so long. I genuinely can't remember how that film ends.
It's not about the finale of it, but it's about some of the topics that it tackles.
That's true.
So because the World's End, it almost felt kind of forced, some of the things they were doing.
Yeah.
But, I've got my gripes with that movie. I love the first two in the Cornetto trilogy. That one I've seen only twice. I saw it at the cinema and I've seen it once since. I enjoyed it more the second time.
Yeah.
But it's, anyway. All right, so movies that you've watched multiple times. Now, surely you must be of the age where you had a VCR player in the house? Good, okay. So you were not born into DVDs. You were not born into DVD life.
I remember us getting our first DVD.
Yeah. DVD, yeah. Oh, yeah. Me and Ryan went halvesies and bought a DVD player. But it had to be one that could be region unlocked.
Ooh.
So we could watch, like, burnt, copied DVDs and stuff. Yep.
I think ours, how did we get our... Dad's got a mini DVD player for his birthday one year. And he got gifted a couple of DVDs. Like, that was our first experience of that. Mostly so he could take it to his work, because my dad used to work Christmas Day. Because the money was fucking good.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to do anything. It was just like sit in this office and answer the phone if anybody phoned.
Yeah. That's all right.
Yeah. So he used to, take his DVD player and sit in there and watch like fucking Peter Kay or something. But I believe one of the first DVDs he ever got was Ali G.
Oh, In the House?
In the House. Not the movie, it's stand up or something. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but it was like...
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it was an Ali G DVD, and I was like, what the fuck?
Do you remember what the first DVD you ever watched was?
I think it might have been a Peter Kay stand-up one. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it might have been.
For me, it was before we had a DVD player. John had a computer. My brother John had a computer with a DVD drive in it, DVD-ROM. And we got Dude, Where's My Car? We rented Dude, Where's My Car? And we watched it on the computer.
Wow.
And then the second DVD ever saw was The Exorcist.
Oh, I've still never seen The Exorcist. I feel terrible for that. I feel like I should watch it, especially considering the second one's coming out.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
The second one, The Exorcist. The Exorcist 2 came out many years ago.
Not The Exorcist 2, or maybe not the second one then. There
are multiple films in The Exorcist.
The latest one then.
Yep. I've only seen The Exorcist. I have no interest in watching any others. I was not like, sure, good movie, but I was not a fan because,
I feel like I should, because I've watched more horror movies than people looking at me would think I have. I like a relatively good horror film. I like a good classic horror film. I'm quite a fan of The Wicker Man, the original Wicker Man.
with Christopher Lee.
Yes, and Edward Woodward.
Yes.
Who has the most awkward name in the world.
How much would Edward would yeah.
Edward Woodward.
Edward Woodward. But yeah, Exorcist, I would never watch it again. Blair Witch Project, I would never watch it again.
Have I seen Blair Witch Project? I think I've seen part of it, but I was aware of what it was when I seen it.
Yeah. They are definitely two movies that caused me trouble sleeping. Paranormal Activity.
I don't think I've ever actually seen Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, okay. I'm not a fan of that either. For sleeping reasons. There was another one I was going to say. I can't remember what it was now. Oh, it's gone from my head.
Have you seen Five Nights at Freddy's is coming out? The movie.
Yeah, I do know it's coming out. Yeah.
I saw the trailer for that the other day, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of want to watch it
as well. Is there someone in that?
Yes.
Is someone in the movie? Who is it? Is it
Matthew Lillard?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Shaggy's in the movie.
Idea. Yeah. Yep.
I shouldn't say that. He has actual horror credits. He was in
Scream. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Scooby-Doo too.
Well, exactly. Actual horror credits.
Exactly. Yeah. Actual horror. So going back to VHS, right? Was there movies that you had recorded off the television?
Oh, yes.
That you would watch multiple times? Okay. Do you remember? And did they have the ads in that you had to fast forward through?
So I think the only one I remember was it's like I can't even remember the title of it, but it was like it was a Scooby-Doo movie, and it was Shaggy get turned into a werewolf. So I can't even remember what it was called. But I remember that one was recorded off the TV and on a VHS. But we had multiples of like that. Yeah.
So we, only thing that's coming to mind right now is Home Alone. We watched that many, many times on VHS. And I can't even remember some of the old ads on it. But we had like, I can only refer to them now as compilation tapes,
right?
Where it'd have like if we'd had to record like a episode or something because we weren't going to be home, like, you know, you set the VHS to record.
I had that, but for DVDs. That was my era for. I had so many recorded DVDs. Holy shit! Yeah, I'd completely forgotten about that.
It was good when you like, what should we watch? Oh no, let's put in that thing. And it's like, okay, so there's an episode of The Drew Carey Show, followed by The X-Files, followed by this episode of The Simpsons, followed by a random episode of a TV show called Don't Forget Your Toothbrush. And it's like, like just these random single episodes of things that we've seen so many times.
I'm pretty sure I had one, and again, it was called The Friday Night Project. I'm funny you mention it because I was thinking about this recently because the host, so it was a show that was Alan Carr and Justin Lee Collins, I think.
I know Alan Carr, but I don't know Justin Lee about that other
Collins.
One.
He'd like disappeared off the face of the earth. I don't know what happened to him. But
maybe it was Mel Gibson,
possibly. But it was like a different celebrity host every week of the Friday Night Project. And there was like sketches and stuff like that. It was almost like Saturday Night Live kind of thing, but not 100%. I'm oversimplifying it. But there was one where David Tennant was the host.
Oh,
and this was like at the height of his Doctor Who power.
Yeah.
And all I remember is him doing his sort of monologue thing and then lip syncing Staying Alive, like the first few lines of Staying Alive, which is, well, you can tell by the way I walk, you can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. And I was obsessed with this. I loved that man.
Like the David Tennant specific.
David Tennant
not
specific.
The song.
Yep. Just his whole lip syncing of it. He was so into it. I loved it. Yeah. I was actually thinking about this the other day because obviously with Mox getting into Doctor Who and Good Omens, I was like, I wonder if Mox has ever seen this. This is very British core.
Yeah. Yep. You just send it to them, just that clip.
Yeah. That and I also had recorded a Red Nose Day special that also had David Tennant in it. David Tennant and Catherine Tate. And I think this might have been before Catherine Tate was a companion. Definitely before series 4. But I can't remember if it was before the Christmas special or not that she was in. But it was Catherine Tate's character, Lauren, the schoolgirl, the I'm a bothered. And David Tennant was a teacher. And that whole sketch is is the reason I know a Shakespeare sonnet off by heart to this day. And why I still remember, I don't know, but I memorised that thing and it is in my head forever.
And it was in the sketch, was it? Is that why?
Yep.
Okay, good. There is correlation.
There's correlation.
Good. Yep. Catherine Tate does that thing. I don't know who to compare it to, but basically they're in a show where she Eddie Murphy's it. That's what it is. She Mike Myers it, where she's lots of characters in like one show.
The Catherine Tate show. Well,
yeah, sure, there's that, but I'm saying that's what she does all the time.
Do you mean like it's not a sketch show kind of thing?
Yeah, like there's a show that came out this year or last year where...
Was it Queen of Oz or something?
It's based in a women's prison.
Ooh.
Yeah, and she plays like 7 or 8 different characters in that.
Wow.
It was good. It was entertaining. It was comedic.
I do like Catherine Tate a lot. I like her more as the years go on. I liked her more after she became a Doctor Who companion than I did before, because I remember when she was announced as that, I was like, oh, fucking hell, really? Because I didn't like her sketch show. I like it more now, but like at the time I was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
But she's awesome.
Also, not just a companion.
An icon.
But basically a doctor themselves now. Oh, what happened in the end? Didn't they have to... I can't remember what,
the
they had
Dr.
to get their
Donner kind of thing.
wiped or something.
Yeah.
And like...
We'll see what's
if
going
they ever
on.
remembered, they'll die or something, or something weird.
Yeah. And then Bernard
Should be playing
Cribbins
the
was her
spoiler music.
grandpa, and Bernard Cribbins is now no longer with us.
Who? Bernard Cribbins?
Bernard Cribbins.
Oh, that makes
who was Wilf
more sense.
in Doctor Who.
Yes.
I loved.
Wilf.
He was great.
Mm-hmm. No, that's above my head. No idea.
Bernard Cribbins was great.
So how often would you and all the family go out to the video rental store and
Almost
rent
never.
VHS? Really?
Yeah.
Because your parents just didn't love you enough? What the hell's going on there?
I have no memory... Like maybe one memory of renting something ever. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I genuinely... I don't think we ever did. I think we were more likely to buy the VHS than actually rent it.
Makes more sense, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, maybe it's because your parents did love you more. Whereas for us, it was kind of more like a babysitter at times, especially like during school holidays and stuff. It's like, all right, for this week, gonna go and rent 10 movies. So you can choose 3 each, and then you have to agree on one between yous. Yeah.
I mean,
that's that and video games.
It sounds exciting, but I think that's maybe why I think we didn't do it. Is like oh, we could go to Blockbuster.
It'd be time consuming. Spend your time at Video Easy and Video City and Blockbuster. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, like, you'd have to cycle between which one you go to, because, like, you'd forget to take the movies back and you'd accrue late charges. And it's like, well, I can't go there for a while because I got late charges. I have to go to the other one. And then you forget, you already have late charges there. So you have to pay them their $3 or whatever so you can rent from them again. That's how it works, yeah? That's everyone's experience, yeah?
Yeah, sure. I'm old enough to remember that.
Yes. Oh, no, I was just insinuating that we were useless.
You were criminals.
That was all. Criminals. Common criminals. Mm-hmm. Not just movies, but books as well. Oh, gosh. I have a memory of being in primary school where the librarian would not let me take out any books for the longest time because she was like, you have a book that is overdue. you took this book out. It's called Triceratops. And I'm like, I don't remember ever taking out a book called Triceratops. And she's like, yes. This is the school library, I should say. Yes, you did. I remember it specifically because I had to cover it in that special plastic stuff. It was a brand new book and it was like this, like big dimensions, huge book. Like, I'm like, you're not ringing any bells. I got none of that at home. I've never done it. She's like, no, you definitely have. Months go by. And then like the nice librarian, as opposed to the bitch librarian, comes up to me one day and says, oh, hey, Wayne, found that book that What's-Her-Face thought you had. Turns out it wasn't a book. It was like a wooden puzzle thing, like of a Triceratops, you know, where you put the wooden bones together.
Oh.
And it was in the library. Like I'd made it there and then they put it on display.
Oh, right.
And did I get an apology? No.
No, you did not.
So I want to know, Mrs. Bavette, whatever your fucking name was, what is this imagine? It's like, in my memory, she's like 80 years old. Gone fucking senile. She's imagined this book. She's made it up.
Recollections may vary, as the Queen once said.
Recollections may vary.
That was her response to the Harry and Meghan statement. Recollections may vary.
Yep.
Clap back.
So Disney movies.
I love
Speaking
Disney
of Hot Tub Time Machine being on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It all relates.
Yeah.
See, there are Disney movies that exist that I saw at the cinema that are either year zero of our Lord, Brogan Hastings, or prior.
Yeah.
Like Aladdin and The Lion King. Like, they're the movies of my generation of Disney movies.
The Disney
right,
Renaissance.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? That's what they refer to it as.
Yes.
But when you were growing up then, what were the big Disney movies?
It would be the same because I was born at the start of the Renaissance. The Renaissance went up. For clarification, Disney Renaissance refers to the series of Disney movies that were released between 1989 and 1999. So that is, and this is the big ones. This is Little Mermaid. This is Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King. You know, the big ones.
Yeah.
So the first, I'm aware that Mom and Dad took me to the cinema to see Pocahontas because I've been told. Okay. So, but the ones I really remember going to see in the cinema, I remember going to see Atlantis in the cinema, and I remember going to see Treasure Planet in the cinema.
So yeah, they seem like well later films to me.
Mm-hmm. Probably like how Meet the Robinsons seems to me, which I watched later.
Yeah. Well, it is. It's Meet the Robinsons. Is that CGI?
Like 2000. Yeah, it's like 2005 or something. It's like not. Yeah. It's old now.
Considering, I guess, yeah. But you know,
2007. So I suppose, yeah.
Physicists are saying time does not exist.
That's true.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I remember going to see that. I don't think I can't remember when I saw Tarzan, but I remember seeing Mulan as well.
Oh wow! See, these are all movies that I haven't seen, except for Atlantis. I saw Atlantis because I had Michael J. Fox in it. These other ones I've not seen.
You've never seen Tarzan?
No, never.
Oh my god! Have you even listened to the soundtrack?
I have not. I know one thing. I know one thing about Tarzan, right? First of all, it'd be remiss of me to not keep up the Christopher Lambert talk from last week. Mm-hmm. Christopher Lambert was in The Legend of Grayskull, which is the Tarzan movie. He was Tarzan. Anyway, not Grayskull. Not Grayskull. No, The Legend of... What is it? What's it called? The Legend of... No. Kez says The Legend of Bagavant.
The Legend of Tarzan, maybe?
No. What is it? I'm going to have to search it. I'm going to search...
Greystroke,
yeah.
Greystoke.
The Legend of Greystoke?
Greystoke.
Is it, or is it
The
just
Legend of Tarzan, Lord of the Apes.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Anyway, So it felt like that needed to be brought up for Christopher Lambert watch.
Okay.
But the only thing I know about Tarzan, the animated movie, is the meme where it's Tarzan swinging on the vine with Jane, and you can see both his hands are holding Jane and not the rope, or not the vine.
He's holding the rope with his feet.
Oh, no. The meme is he's holding it with his butt cheeks.
Oh, I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah. But no, I don't know the soundtrack. I couldn't tell you the song. And let me tell you just now, if you're about to play the Tarzan theme on your phone, that's fine. Go right ahead. But the last 3 times you've played a song on your phone over the podcast, it has been picked up for copyright on YouTube.
Oh, was it? Shit.
Yeah, but no infringements or anything, so it's perfectly fine if you want to do that.
Yeah, I won't be playing it because honestly, I couldn't decide which one to play because the whole fucking soundtrack goes so fucking hard. Like, Phil Collins did not need to put so much he wrote the whole soundtrack. He sung the whole soundtrack in multiple languages.
Oh.
Like
Mr. Collins, he was just inspired by Tarzan.
So fucking good, and it's an emotional roller coaster, and like it's an epic soundtrack. Phil Collins did not need to go that hard, and I respect him so fucking much for giving us that soundtrack. It is that, honestly, I would quite happily gift somebody that soundtrack without the movie and say, honestly, you could just listen to this. You could just listen to this and live your best life.
Does it relate to the movie though?
Oh,
Is it ever songs like swinging on a vine, gonna find me some monkeys?
I mean, there's a couple of tracks in there that are like in context of the film, but you could just listen to the whole album on its own.
So you know how like Aladdin, Lion King, and all that, they're musicals basically, right?
Yes.
Because they got songs in them. Does Tarzan have songs like that as well throughout the whole movie?
Do you mean with the characters themselves singing?
Yeah.
No.
Ooh, okay.
It's, now that I think about it, it's, that obviously, like I say, with the soundtrack, there are songs in the movie, but, like, the songs are exclusively sung by Phil Collins. They're not sung.
Interesting.
The closest you get is one of the songs, So Minnie Driver plays a character in it who is Tarzan's adoptive mum. And she sings like the first verse of one of the songs, and then it's picked up by Phil Collins, who sings the rest. And there's a full version where he just sings the full thing, and it's makes me want to cry every single fucking time.
It's like, see, in The Lion King, I'm pretty sure. No, I'm trying to think now.
The characters sing the songs in Lion King.
Yeah, like you got.
Just can't wait to be king.
Can you feel the love tonight? Then can you feel the love tonight? Right. Mm-hmm. It doesn't start off with like Timon and Pumbaa singing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then on the soundtrack, the song is Elton John.
Yes, because the song. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that the characters do sing it in. Because usually with Disney films, there's this version that's sung in the film, and then there's the version that goes over the credits, which is Elton John, which is stuff like that.
Exactly.
Tarzan, just Phil Collins was just like, no, no one can go as hard as me on this soundtrack, and they just went, you just go, Phil Collins.
You do you, bud. We're paying you money. Yep, you do it.
And I love him for it. But actually, now that I'm thinking about it as well, I remember seeing somebody talking about Mulan for the similar reason. Because Mulan is a musical up until the halfway point, and then after that, there are no songs in the film.
Then it's a film of war.
Pretty much. Like, so there's songs in the movie up until the point. This is no spoilers because this movie's like fucking old now.
I haven't seen it though.
But even
I'm not going to.
That's all right then. So they're marching and they get to a point where they get to a burned village, and there's a song that they're singing right up until and the song cuts off, and there are no other songs from that point on in the film. Which I think is an interesting choice.
Bold artistic choice.
But it's also... Donny Osmond sings in it.
No, really?
Donny Osmond sings I'll Make a Man Out of You. Because that came on my shuffle the other day, and I went, Donny Osmond from the Hannah?
Yeah, exactly.
Piff's friend?
Vegas is Donny Osmond?
Vegas is Donny Osmond. And then I was
Speaking of which,
do I want to go to Vegas and see Donny Osmond?
I've got some breaking Vegas news.
Breaking Vegas news.
Vegas news.
Mm-hmm.
Our very own personal friend, Harrison Greenbaum, leaving Mad Apple.
Not leaving Mad Apple, has left.
Already gone.
He's already gone.
Already gone. I tell you, I'm glad that we got to see the show because I now have no enticement to go and see it again.
Yeah, that's scratched off the list of things I want to take my mother to see. Like, Harrison's not there. It's fine. It's good, but we're going to see it.
But then I was about to say, do you really want to take your mother to a show where your friend is going to say cunt? But then I'm like, I'm sure one day I'll meet your mother.
But do you know what? If we went to see, I want to say Russell Howard or Jimmy Carr or something like that.
You've
and they
definitely
said
seen
it
Jimmy
because
Carr.
my mum hates that word.
Ooh.
But she was okay with it in context. I think
Okay,
I think
good.
Harrison would be under the umbrella of it's in context, I'm okay with it. I don't
Contextual,
like it,
yeah.
but I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I did refer to Harrison as our personal friend, but it's, we know, we've met Harrison. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. I've
like to
spoken
be
to
friends with
Harrison on
Harrison.
numerous occasions. Yes.
At multiple places, yes.
At multiple
Yep.
places.
There we go. Yep. There we go. We are Harrison's friend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's time for an unannounced, unscheduled ad break. Something very important to talk about today, Brogan. Something extremely important.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. And I'm just going to say again, the PIF's social media team need to step up.
You
Because
have been
I have
promoting the shit out of this.
Yes, that's right. Because I have a vested interest in it.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? This is almost self-promotion, isn't it? This should come at the end of the show. It's still not on his Twitter. God damn it. Okay, I'm just going to go to Vanishing Ink on Twitter because Cheesebags listeners, there is an event coming up, right? Mm-hmm. It's coming up on September 28th, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Do a time zone conversion to find out your local time, but it is the big reveal and release. I think it's the release of Piff the Magic Book, the launch. Yes, Piff the Magic Book launch, September 28th, 2023, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Now you're saying, Wayne, why do you have a vested interest in this? It's because it's also going to be the announcement of the deluxe edition, which includes the Piff comic. So it's currently going to be the only, mostly the only way that you can get the Piff comic is with the deluxe edition of this book. And Vanishing Ink is saying extremely limited, the deluxe edition. So forget the comic for a second. This is an awesome looking deluxe edition on its own, right?
Oh yeah.
This is, if you're a fan of Pip the Magic Dragon, you should be highly considering this and getting it. If you're interested in it just for the comic, that's great too. But if you only want the comic, there may be other means. But that's not what we're talking about. We want you to go to I don't have the website. Let me bring
We're
it up.
so organized.
Yeah, I thought the web address was there, but it's using a URL shortener. But it's Vanishing Ink Magic. That's Vanishing Inc magic.com/piff, and you can sign up. You can secure your free invite to a live stream event. Where it's got the guys from Vanishing Ink. It's got Piff, Mr. Piffles, I imagine Jade, but also special guests such as, I don't know, Penn and Teller, Shin Lim, Mac King. Yeah, so...
Will Jade be on this? This is a new question, do you think?
You would think so. You would think.
so.
I would like to hope so.
Mother, I'm already signed up for this. Don't worry. We're good.
Yeah. But you know what I want to know?
What do you want to know?
You know... As someone who is actually involved in this thing, I was not given forewarning or anything. I was not told. I saw it because I went to the Vanishing Ink Twitter feed or Instagram or something and saw it on there myself.
Yeah, and it was you that sent it to me. It's like,
yeah,
bud,
you should probably sign up for this. I tell you, it hurt a little bit. Like maybe it's a pre-recorded thing. Because I don't think it's a Zoom thing. I think it's through their website.
No, it's live.
But look, it is live?
It is live.
Hell.
Because they're...
God damn it.
I'm 99.9% sure it's live because I remember seeing them seeing in the email where it talked about a recording will be saved to your account.
Yeah, to your
afterwards.
account. All right, let's work on my imposter syndrome here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We need Mitzi. We need Mitzi to make odds on the chances of the Piff comic and or me being mentioned at all. Because at the moment, I'm feeling very low.
Here we go. You'll join us live online as the biggest names in Magic celebrate the launch of the Piff the Magic book. So, yes, cool. It will be live.
It will be live.
It will be live.
See, like, it's fine. Whatever. It's all good. I say, look, sign up and watch it because it's going to be good no matter what.
It's going to be good.
I'm just saying, if you're listening, Piff, and you want someone to be on this live stream, you know, maybe to talk about the Piff comic or something like that, I'm around. I'll be here. This doesn't do anything for my ego whatsoever.
I'll text you. If it comes up. Are you going to be watching it live?
Of course I'll be watching it live.
Because I know because it's 1 a.m. and I'm like...
4 a.m.
4 a.m. My apologies.
Yeah. I definitely will be watching it. But anyway, VanishingIncMagic.com/Piff. That's vanishing, VanishingIncMagic.com/Piff. And sign up. Secure your free invite. It's just your name, email address, and a password. Or if you've already got an account, sign up with your account. Because Vanishing Ink sells some cool looking shit as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And on that note, we should probably get back to our regularly scheduled show. I didn't realize how angry I was going to get during that.
You had some thoughts and feelings that you didn't realize you had.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, wow, I didn't realize that was a trigger for me.
Yeah. But still, I think legitimate feelings.
Yes.
Legitimate and warranted.
I mean, are you surprised?
Not at all. Not at all. Someone else was saying, yeah, I mean, look, from what you've told me about Piff and what happens, this doesn't sound surprising whatsoever.
We love and adore the man, but Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Jesus. Jinkies.
Jesus Christ. You're never going to get that Best Buy rewards card.
What are you referencing there, Brogan?
John Mulaney.
I saw that, I think Mox went and saw John Mulaney recently.
Mox went and saw John Mulaney and texted me at like 6 o'clock in the morning on Friday.
Yeah.
I was just a John Mulaney and it was so funny.
Yeah.
Because that's all we did in Edinburgh was just quote John Mulaney.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am so happy for you, but I'm also so jealous. He needs to come to Vegas when I'm there. I was like, yeah, the little shit. I had to fly to LA for it. So,
speaking of coming to Vegas, I don't know if Kez can hear me or not. So I should be whispering this.
Okay.
But, the Las Vegas Review Journal, Mr. Johnny Katz, I think, has said, after U2, it's expected that the next announcement of the big act to be at the Madison Square Garden Sphere in Las Vegas is gonna be Harry.
I fucking knew it.
Right? She didn't hear me because she's still looking at her beads. But yeah, I believe, look, and because Mitzi tagged me at least and said, "Oh, it looks like you and Kez will be moving to Vegas then." But yeah, and of course we're not talking about Prince Harry. We're talking about Styles.
No, because fuck Prince Harry.
Yeah. Wait, which one's Prince Harry?
The one that married Meghan Markle.
Okay, but you're not saying that because he married Meghan Markle. You're saying that because fuck the monarchy.
Both.
Okay.
I don't like her either.
So hang on, let me get this straight. You're down with Mel Gibson, but you're not down with Prince Harry.
No, I mean Prince Harry Prince Harry didn't sing a song on a Disney soundtrack that still makes me cry to this day.
One,
Prince Harry isn't as handsome as Mel Gibson. I'm sorry.
One went on a rant about the Jewish. The other dressed up as a Nazi.
Yeah. I'm not saying they're good. I'm not saying that I have good taste in men. Okay?
They're both pretty anti-Semitic by the sounds of things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying either one are relatively good. I'm just saying,
Okay.
I have absolutely no interest or like in Prince Harry.
Yep.
Whereas Mel Gibson sung a song that I really like.
Yeah.
And it's still quite handsome, actually, okay?
Okay, all right. I thought you were going to say, I have absolutely no interest in Prince Harry. I have interest in Harry the man, not the prince.
I mean, have you heard any of his fucking book, man? Like,
of course not.
Hell.
Brogan, as you're aware, I am a staunch monarchist. That is not true.
People there kept being clips coming up on my TikTok of people reading excerpts from the book, and I'm like, this can't be real. And then I looked it up and it was real, and you're like, fucking hell. Like, why? Just, Jesus Christ, man, get a hold of yourself.
And one time we were out fox hunting, and I accidentally shot a horse. And I say accidentally, but I aimed my gun at it and shot it. That was an exact extract from the audiobook.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it was, but I know that there was
Okay, Brogan, it was actually me. I was the one saying it. It wasn't
the reason
really
I say that is because there's a genuine quote where Harry talked about having blue balls. Like genuinely.
He's just he's just trying to be relatable.
It was like,
wants to be like the common man.
Frostbite or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was like ridiculous.
Twice, wasn't it? I think
something like that. And I'm like, why? Why are you talking about this?
But he needs to talk about something. He can't just constantly talk about his dead mother.
I'm going to take a time out because I've got there's a bit of my nail that's sticking into my toe and it's really, really starting to hurt. Give me a second.
Welcome to the Murder Party Podcast, the podcast where we look at the Murder Party murders. Today on the Murder Party Podcast, we review the second part of our interview with the guy who happened to be walking past the Murder Party murders at the time of their occurrence, who was fingered for the crime. And when I say fingered for the crime, I mean he was pointed at. He wasn't, none of that nefarious action going on there. But we don't have the second part of the interview, but we are going to talk about it and see what you, the listener of the Murder Party Podcast, thinks. As you recall, in the first part of the interview, he found a knife that was used at the Murder Party murders, but not in the murders, but to spread peanut butter. That's right. The Murder Party Podcast says peanut, not peanut. Oh, looks like we're out of time for this episode of the Murder Party Podcast. Stay tuned next week while we dive further into part 3 of the interview with the guy that was walking past the Murder Party murders.
I feel better now.
I could have gotten in a couple more lines of the Murder Party Podcast, but you faked me out. You walked back in the room briefly. I saw you, and then
you didn't see me. You heard me.
I thought I saw like a shadow or something.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Maybe. No. My nail clippers are in my room, but there's also there's also a craft knife in here.
I could use the craft knife, or I got.
This is too much information. I got most of it with the clippers. Then there's still a little bit digging in. I was like, I need to get the craft knife. So
okay, let's deep dive into this, right?
Do we have to?
Was it just like a pointy nail? Was it like a ingrown or hangnail kind of thing?
I think hangnail's the correct word. It was like a little bit of nail that was on the edge, and it was like
okay,
like pointing it, but it was digging in and pointing it, and I was like, maybe I could. I was trying to pick it off for the last, hour. And I'm like, this is not working and it's really sore.
Did you get the wick? Did you damage the wick? Because that will result in pain. The wick is the little thing down the side of the nail, where if that gets ripped off, then you're likely getting an ingrown. I'm
not in pain anymore.
Okay. Yep. So you've alleviated the pain. Okay.
I've alleviated... Yeah, it was literally because it was bent out and it was like poking in.
Okay, so it was Pocahontasing.
So yeah, I'm okay now.
Good, I'm glad. I'm glad.
Thank you.
Crisis averted.
Crisis averted.
Crisis averted. We're about 50 odd minutes in, maybe 45. I'm I don't want to say I'm living the Brogan life even more now.
Okay.
But we have an update, which we probably end this episode on.
Go for it.
I have quit my job, following in the footsteps of Brogan.
Now,
yes.
do you have another job to go to?
No. That's
you
why
are
I'm
not
like,
living the Brogan life.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, it's not quite true. No.
What the fuck?
I couldn't do it anymore. No, couldn't do it. I was at work and I was on a roof doing some work and I'm like, no, this is it. I'm done.
Wow.
It's over. Yep. So I called my boss and I was like, hey, are you in the office today? And he's like, yeah, I'm out getting lunch right now. It's like, cool, but will you be in the office later? It's like, yeah. It's like, cool, I'm going to come in and we're going to have a chat. It's like, all right then. And then I walk in and he knew I was going to, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's not like I've burnt bridges or anything like that. It's
you had a reasonable talk, explained the situation. Yeah. It's not like you just stopped turning up and sent a text with just a middle finger.
Yeah, that's right. Which I could have.
Which
I could have
done that. I mean,
yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the dream.
I'm proud of you for not doing that because we don't want to burn bridges.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's he asked some questions, and I told him the honest reasons. Like, it's not necessarily the job per se; it's characteristics of work sites and things like that, which I'm not going to talk about here.
Yeah.
But yep, we were both like yeah, maybe sometime in the future. And even he was like, look, if you want to do like some paperwork and stuff like that, that might be an option as well. So we'll see. But no, at the moment, I need to do nothing really.
You need to have a reset.
Yeah. So it's yeah, I'm fine with it. That is the reason why I'm gonna be a-okay watching the Piff live stream on Friday morning, 4 a.m. for me.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
But also that the sign in the window of that game's world no longer up. So I didn't even get an email saying thank you for your interest in the position.
That doesn't happen anymore.
That doesn't happen nowadays, yeah. But you know why? Because the economy is so fucked. There are so many people looking for work. They can't reply to thousands of people.
Very much.
It's terrible. Yeah. But last week, I went to the liquor store, right? And I bought some liquor, and they were advertising for jobs as well for just, I think it was Christmas casuals, which is fine.
Yeah.
So I've applied for that, which I think would be an all right job.
Yeah.
It's just lifting heavy things, putting heavy things on shelves. I can do that. I'm capable.
Yeah.
My resume will be like, I am capable of carrying a giant bag filled with tools, a giant bag filled with equipment, a small bag filled with equipment, a backpack with a laptop in it, and a ladder all at the same time.
I am equipped
that should get
for
me
this
the job alone.
Yeah.
So,
oh, that's good.
If I get an interview, I'll be like, have you ever played the game Death Stranding? I'm like Norman Reedus in that. I can carry everything. I don't have a funky fetus, but I can carry stuff.
Yeah. I think that's maybe a bonus.
I don't have a funky fetus?
I think if you turned up and said, yes, but I need to carry this funky fetus with me the whole time. Yeah.
Just do that for any job.
Yeah.
It's like, I've got this fetus that I need to have attached to my body at all times.
Yeah.
So I can see the things that are halfway between our world and the... I don't quite know what's going on in Death Stranding, so...
I can't remember. It's been a long time since I played. I remember trying to play it and then just... There was too much to do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, nothing to do, and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah. It's a walking simulator, basically. And
you had to do too much stuff to get anywhere.
Yeah. It is. That's one of my favorite type of genres of games, is the walking, talking games, where you're walking around exploring and people are just talking. But, oh well.
Which is but the problem, I think the problem with Death Stranding is because it's so huge, it wasn't just a walking, talking simulator thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You had to walk to places and then build things to get to other places and then walk and you're like, no, just either walking or building. Take your pick.
Yeah. I'm playing a game right now, which we'll talk about next episode because this one's almost over. I'm playing a game right now that does it better than Hideo. Yeah. Oh, goodness. All right. Speaking of next episode. Oh, no, wait. What are we at? We're at episode 97. That means next episode is 98. Next week, the big 100 comes out.
It does, yeah.
It does. Yeah, very special guest. Very special guest on that episode. Looking forward to it.
It's a very real episode that is definitely coming out.
A very real episode with a very real special guest.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm thinking, do we inform the patrons first on who our special guest is, or do we just surprise them? As if we're surprising anybody.
We could maybe drop it early for patrons. Like a day early or something.
That means extra
more
work
effort
for me.
You're not working, Wayne.
I haven't even edited episode 100 yet.
I know you haven't, because I
haven't even done last week's bonus content yet.
I'll leave that to you. I'll leave that up to you. You do what you feel is best.
Anyway, the only reason I was bringing up patrons was so we could get to talking about Patreon, because speaking of bonus content, there we go. That's how we do it. If you want to listen to our hours and hours and hours and hours of bonus content, just go to patreon.com/nicepodbud. There's also another website they can go to, which is nicepodbud.com/Patreon, because I did go ahead and do that redirect. It needed to be done, and it's done. So now I don't know which one to say. I'm thinking nicepodbud.com. Either way, they both have Patreon and nicepodbud. So if you went to Google and type those two things in there, you'll find
You're gonna find it.
And just for a few bucks, you can get all this bonus content. And it's also a place where we collate all the show notes. Basically, it's little notes of everything we talk about. The title cards. So if you miss the title cards on, if you're not on X or Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or Tumblr or anything like that, you don't know that these fucking title cards exist.
Yeah.
The only other way you can see them is on Patreon. But that's not a Patreon exclusive. It's just a handy place for it to be. That's all. Yeah. But there's other rewards that you can get as well. Like, we can say your name on the air and thank you personally. But that's next episode. Brogan's looking at me like, you haven't given me a list.
I was just thinking, I was like, I don't want to say it, but you haven't done anything yet.
Yeah. And you know what? Now that I'm not working, any support is appreciated. But that doesn't matter. We appreciate you just listening to the podcast. Oh, I said the word appreciates.
Your time is enough.
I just said the word appreciates, and that gave me something to talk about next episode. That's really good. Your time is enough. Listening every week is great. But if you want to do more than listen, you can also write to us at nicepodbud.com and go to the contact form. There you go. I know what I'm saying. And email us. Yeah, admin at nicepodbud.com as well. And things like art crimes. We enjoy art crimes. If you've seen license plates in the wild that are funny or weird or interesting, we find that interesting as well. So send us stuff. Look, you can go to 7billionneedles.com and buy some 7 Billion Needles merchandise.
Yes, you can. And you can go to twitch.tv/WayneGeo and watch Wayne do things. Score points, win the game.
Yeah, in the cat game. Oh, I don't know. I'm having streaming troubles at the moment with
I think
streams work, but the cat game, I had to turn Cat Dance off this week because I think it was fucking up the stream.
Fair enough.
But I also draw comics, which you can find in multiple places. You got notsogoodAtthis.com and piffcomic.com. And I don't have Sad Pirate, I don't think. Maybe I should. Or do I? Do I have Sad Pirate?
I feel like you looked at it, if not. We've talked about it, I'm sure.
I need to look into this. SadPirateComic.com. I don't think so. Nah, I don't.
Just sadpirate.com?
Nah, that's got to exist. Sadpirate.com. I think Sad Pirate exists, but it's like owned by someone and they don't use it. Yeah, that's not working. Anyway, I think it's notsogoodAtthis.com/Sad Pirate at the moment because I haven't got any domains for it. But you can also see all the comics in one place, which is on my Patreon, patreon.com/WayneGeo. And you get to see all the comics early if you sign up as well. And at the moment, there are a lot of comics that are early because I haven't been posting them anywhere else. If you want to talk to us directly, you can do that on social media. Brogan can be found at 7 Billion Needles on all those social media channels.
And Wayne can be found at Wayne Geo on all the social media places.
Yes.
Apart from Facebook.
Yeah, apart from Facebook. You can try to friend me. I can't guarantee I'll like friend you back or anything like that because I don't really use Facebook at all.
It's don't take it personally. We just don't look at your use Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly it. But anyway, we enjoy talking to you, so talk to us. Thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
As always, stay fresh, cheese bags.